Welcome to Fully Booked, the bookish podcast where I'll chat about all things book and reading related. Whether you're new or a pro reader, there's something for everyone to learn. I'm here to help you on your reading journey and find that next great read that will keep you fully booked. Hello, readers, and welcome to episode 11 of Fully Booked. I'm your host, Natalie, and today's episode will be similar to episode 9, where I take you along with me as I read. But instead of over a week, it will be over 24 hours. Because, as the title says, I'm setting out to do yet another 24-hour readathon. Because once was not enough for this girl who has an ever-growing TBR. As with episode 9, this might turn out to be a long one, as obviously I'm not pre-scripting most of what I will be saying / recording. And for those of you who haven't done a 24-hour readathon before, there are a number of ways that people do this. Some people literally stay awake the whole 24-hour period, while others will take a short nap or two in the middle, which definitely helps more to not entirely wreck your sleep schedule. And others will read over a discontinuous 24-hour period, where they will start and stop the timer throughout the day and take as many days as they need to until they reach 24 hours of reading. My plan is similar to last time, where I will do it over one 24-hour period with a short nap, because I will probably die if I try to stay awake for a full 24 hours. Hopefully I stay awake for longer, as last time I fell asleep for almost 6 hours, which is pretty much sleeping through the night at that point. Anyways, with that being said, let's get into the readathon, and I'll talk to you all afterwards. Hello, readers. It is currently 3:50 p.m. on this Wednesday, October 2nd afternoon, which means we are 10 minutes away from starting my 24-hour readathon. And honestly, I'm pretty excited because I've barely done any reading today. I got up late this morning, like I think close to 8 a.m. and I didn't end up doing much. I went for a run, took a shower, had lunch, and then I was still tired, so I fell asleep again for a bit. And then I've just been kind of doing some digital housekeeping, answering some emails, downloading some files and stuff for the podcast. But yeah, I haven't had time to do that much, and now I get to put that down and pick up my books instead. I'm so excited. I'm talking as fast as I can, like the audiobook that I am reading right now. Anyways, okay, yes. But yes, we are excited to pick up some books. My plan is to start with the inheritance games and then just kind of go from there and mood read and see what I feel like. Also, so I can get out of my apartment for a bit, I'm going to go to a cafe. There's one that's about, I think, a 10-15 minute drive away that I think will be good and is open late enough. So I'm going to go do that later. But yeah, with that, I will see you guys in a bit for the start of the readathon, and probably will pick up and talk to you again when I have a good reading update. Now, hopefully that was as satisfying as I thought it sounded. I just wanted to try that. Okay, anyways, I forget what I was in the middle saying because I got interrupted, but it is now 6:38 p.m., which means we're just 2.5 hours into the readathon, and we're not doing so well this time because I am already tired, and I don't know why. Because I took a nap for a bit this afternoon beforehand, and I haven't been doing that much. So I'm not sure if it's because I haven't had any caffeine at all today, because I just didn't want to have that much before I started this. So if you heard from the popping ASMR that I just gave you, I'm about to have the first energy drink because I can't take it anymore, and I really feel like I'm gonna fall asleep. And it's probably because I usually go to bed pretty early, and maybe I'm just used to having more caffeine in my system. But yes, it's time. And I do have a reading update. I'm almost halfway into the inheritance games. I know I probably should have updated a bit earlier in the book, but I felt like this story took quite a bit longer than I expected to get going. Like I felt like the first 10 to 15 chapters, maybe even up to chapter 20, we weren't getting that much. Like, there's definitely a lot of mystery of like, oh, how did our main character like yeah, come to be the inheritress, whichever one it is, of this estate. Is she related to this Hawthorne family? I guess for those of you who don't know what the inheritance scheme's about, it's basically about this girl who gets summoned to this Hawthorne house and finds out that she's inherited um yeah, like all the money, estate, property of this elusive Mr. Tobias Hawthorne, and yeah, kind of trying to figure out why. And um yeah, and then you meet the other characters of like the four brothers, and I don't know, there's just a lot of mystery around the estate, the Hawthorne family in general, and yeah, and especially the like I said, elusive Mr. Tobias Hawthorne. So we're trying to figure out a lot of mystery. I expected this book to be a lot more like puzzles, because that's what I'd heard people say. Um, oh, I don't know how to describe it, but there was a book series I read, I think when I was about 10 years old, that was by a bunch of like different authors, and they were all kind of like treasure hunt, like puzzle series. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, then please let me know. But they were by authors like, I think Rick Riordan, I remember, wrote one of the books, and there were a bunch of them, and they were really fun. I don't know. I thought it was just going to be more like that, more like fun, but it's kind of, I hate to say more boring than I thought, but kind of is. But I'm still intrigued to know because, yeah, I feel like we're halfway into the book and we still don't know a lot about why exactly she's there, if she's related or not, and like all the secrets that this family seems to have. But yeah, hopefully I can keep powering through again with a drink. And yeah, hopefully get this book done, because my Kindle is telling me that the book should take about 4 hours to read, and I'm already like 2.5 hours in, and I'm a little bit of a slow reader, so I'm not surprised that like I'm not further. But yeah, I'm hoping I finish this book in the next couple hours so I can start another one. I'm really not sure what book I should start next after this, but we'll just go and see. Anyways, time to go back to reading for now, and hopefully I do not fall asleep for a while. But anyways, yeah, I will update you guys in a bit.
3 hours later.
All right, everyone. So we finally have a big reading update. We're currently about 5.5 hours in to the readathon, and hopefully you guys can hear me. I have to whisper because I'm in my apartment still, and my husband is trying to sleep. So hopefully this audio will come out okay. I guess if not, I'll just have to try to record this tomorrow morning, after he's left, or he's hardly up. But yes, we're a couple hours in, and I just finished the inheritance games. And it's funny because my last update was saying that I felt like the book was more boring than I thought, like compared to how people were describing it. But I want to say the last third or so of the book got so twisty, and the way she brought all the clues and stuff together, and why Avery was the one who was chosen, was kind of insane. And then I felt like the end was kind of a cliffhanger, and it definitely makes you want to pick up the next book and continue the series, because I think I was actually a little skeptical for a second if I'd like want to continue reading this series. But the way she ended that book, I'm like, I have to continue and find out what happens. I mean, I don't know how soon I'll do it, but I definitely have to continue this. There's no way I can just stop here. But man, guys, this is so lame because it's not even that late. Like, most people probably wouldn't even be that tired around now, but I'm not tired, like sleepy, but I feel like I'm kind of tired of reading, or just because I've had a headache for like, I feel like the last hour or so now. But the book was getting so good that I could just not put it down. But anyways, now that I've finished that one, I think my plan is, one, I need to take a Tylenol or something, see, get this headache to like reduce or go away. And then I'm trying to decide what book to pick up next, because I don't know if I really want to jump into a fantasy after having finish that one. So I might jump over to the Pumpkin Spice Cafe and get kind of super cozy and settled in. Maybe I will play some music or like videos or something on my laptop to like go along with reading, because I feel like I might start to fall asleep if I don't put something on at this rate. And then I'm just gonna go from there and see how long I stay up, because I think, as I said in the intro of this video, there's no way I'm staying up the full 24 hours. I need to sleep for like 2 or 3 hours or something at least. So I'm gonna do that. So yeah, I think that's my plan. I will pick up Pumpkin Spice Cafe and then we'll just go from there. And hopefully, I'll have another update for you guys soon. And the night continues. Yeah, it's time for another reading update. It's now 11:42 at night, which unfortunately means I am still whispering because someone else in this apartment is trying to sleep. So hopefully this again, this sounds okay right now. But yes, reading update. I started the Pumpkin Spice Cafe and I'm about halfway through the book right now. I feel like I could have gone a bit further, but I took a bit of a break to, like, I don't know, have water. I wrote up like a quick initial review of the Inheritance games just so I remember what I can talk about in my reading wrap up. And I don't know, just, took a bathroom break, all this stuff, because I can't just sit there for like 24 hours straight or I'm going to feel like literal trash. But yes, anyways, we are very nearly halfway through the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I also feel like I could have gone further if I were reading this when I'd gotten more sleep, but I am just really starting to feel tired. Like, I know I said I was tired before, but I'm really starting to feel like I could fall asleep now. I think at this rate, I'm hoping to at least read for another half hour or maybe till like 12:30, and then I think I'm just gonna sleep for a couple hours after that. Um Thoughts so far, it's honestly just a pretty easy to read romance. Definitely feel like romances with the fall setting slash theme, you'll enjoy this one a lot. And if you like Gilmore Girls, I think the town in this book actually really does compare to Stars Hollow, especially because I think it's like in the second chapter that they have a big town hall meeting, and literally the way everyone's talking and all the characters in the town just are very much like Stars Hollow. And I think I was listening to a podcast or a booktuber saying how like the cafe owner and the farmer in this book kind of give off Lorelai and Luke vibes, and I definitely agree with that from what I've read so far. I mean, I will say, I feel like this romance is another one that just, it kind of is what it is. Like, there's not much to like read between the lines here. It's not memorable, but it's one that like I'm enjoying reading, like, while I'm in it. And, if I want something like cute themed, I will probably continue the series. I know that there's one called the Cinnamon Bun Store. I'm also wondering if it's gonna be about like the other characters in the town, because they have alluded to like some potential like other romances in this book. So I'm curious to find that out. But yeah, I'm gonna go read for maybe, yeah, like I said, about another half hour. So I will probably talk to you guys next in the morning when I wake up.
Sorry if my voice sounds like death here, because that is how I fell.
Good morning, guys. It is currently 5:08 a.m. I've been awake for almost an hour at this point, and I read a couple more chapters of the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I think I'll be able to finish it fairly soon because I'm on chapter 27 and there's 32 chapters in the book, plus an epilogue. But yeah, I'm basically getting close to finishing this book. I don't know. I don't have too many reading updates, except that I did just read a spice scene. We got to see the pumpkin spice quote part of the book. So just a warning, if you do want to read this book, there is some spice in it. Um, we got pretty far into the book though before there was even spice though. Like there were like scenes where they kissed previously, but you know, the big spice just happened, let's just say. Also, I am unwell, guys. I'm feeling tired still despite taking, a bit of a nap. Um and I don't know, my head still hurts a bit. So I think I need to get up soon and make a coffee and put some caffeine back in my body if I'm going to get through the next um I guess 9 hours I have left of this readathon at this rate. Um yeah, I am just not well. But I'm going to try my best to try to finish this out. I am proud, I will say, because I only slept about 3.5 hours. Yeah, I went to bed around, well, slash, yeah, fell asleep probably around 12:45. I don't know. I climbed into bed around like 12:30, which maybe was a bit of a mistake because I don't know. I just feel so comfortable too, and I don't want to get up right now. But I should say, I don't know if I should say luckily or unluckily, but um, as a result of climbing into bed, my husband kind of woke me up because he woke up super early um, this morning. Otherwise, I don't know. Maybe I would have fallen asleep for longer. I don't know. Although I don't know, it's kind of hard because our apartment's so small, honestly. But anyways, um, yeah, I guess that's a reading update for now. Just that I'll be finishing the Pumpkin Spice Cafe soon. And yeah, and for now, I think I need to start um, trying to get up, move out of the bed, and get coffee. Okay, I'll talk to you guys in a bit.
About 1 hour later.
Okay, guys, it is still morning. It's only been an hour, actually, maybe even less than that since I started my last update. But anyways, I just finished the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, and actually, it's hard to say because I'm still waking up, honestly. So it's hard to collect my thoughts right now, but honestly, I feel like this one, there's not that much to say. It was like, a very sweet, easy to read romance. Honestly, pretty predictable. Like, there was nothing that happened that I didn't really see coming. And also, I just felt like, despite the book being, well, not that long, it was like, apparently, I think it was about 300 pages, a bit less than, but I just feel like there wasn't a lot that happened in the story. Like, it felt like there were so many scenes in the book, but there weren't. And yeah, actually, there were quite a few like numbered chapters that didn't even really pertain to the romance, but more just to like the small town side of things and like this whole cast of characters that you get in this book, which was cute. I enjoyed it, but yeah, part of me feels like not a lot like happened in this book despite the length. Um, and yeah, in terms of romance, like there wasn't that much conflict. Like I feel like we got a couple chapters of conflict of like, oh, they're going back and forth on their feelings, letting their past hurt them, and then like the next chapter, literally, they're like, I don't know, it's all like resolved all of a sudden. They're okay about things. So yeah, it just kind of felt fast, kind of predictable, but I did enjoy it while I read it. Like I said, I'm probably still want to read the next book. I don't know if I want to read it like now, but I will probably pick it up sometime in the future, even if it's next fall when I want another like seasonal read. Um, yeah, I will talk about that more obviously in my reading wrap up. But for now, I'm actually thinking of going back to Home Before Dark. Before I wanted to start Prince Caspian and try to continue the Narnia series, but um I'm actually pretty far into Home Before Dark. I'm almost 75% of the way in. And according to my Kindle, I only have about an hour and a half left of reading. So I feel like it would feel pretty good to knock another one off my list and be done before, yeah, starting another book. Probably look more impressive because, yeah, I'm just, like I told you guys, I'm not the fastest reader. I'm a little bit slow. So I usually don't expect to finish that many books during a 24-hour readathon. So yeah, if I could finish this one, that'd be good. And also, Riley Sager's books are just so I don't know, fast paced, like easy to get through. That yeah, I feel like I could finish this one pretty quickly. So I think I'm gonna go do that. I made a cup of coffee, so I'm drinking that now and putting that into my body, into my bloodstream. So hopefully that will help me a bit. But yeah, I'm gonna start the well, I didn't stop the timer, mind you, but I'm gonna go back to reading and hopefully I might have another update for you guys very soon.
One cup of coffee and 3 hours later.
Good morning, guys. It is now 9:01 a.m. I guess it hasn't been too long since I gave a reading update. And unfortunately, I did fall back asleep for like at least half an hour, kind of almost an hour. I don't know why. I was just like really tired and just laying there. So, yes, I know I'm feeling this readathon a bit this time. I mean, I guess I stayed awake for longer still compared to last time, but yeah, we're not doing the greatest. But despite that, I have an update that I actually was able to finish Home Before Dark, which I don't know if it's a bit of a cheat because this one I started before the readathon and I was already 75% of the way into it. And I only had, yeah, about an hour and a half left to read. So I figured I might as well try to just finish this one since I have so little left. Um, Man, this one was pretty crazy. Actually, I think like I thought it's funny because I read House Across the Lake probably maybe about a month ago or a couple weeks ago, and I thought that was pretty crazy. But I think this one might be the craziest yet that I've read. Like literally the twist that came within like the last two chapters, I was like, whoa, like what is going on? Yeah, I did not expect all this to happen, some of the characters to be involved. Like I thought I saw something coming, but then I didn't at the same time. So yeah, pretty crazy. I think this might be the best one yet that I've read. Um so yeah, definitely gonna be rating that one highly. I think I might need a Riley Sager break after this though. I've read a bunch of his books. And I think I need a break from like stuff that's I don't know, high stakes and so like tense and scary because yeah, that one was a lot. So I'm kind of at a crossroads, like feeling stuck on what to read next because I had Prince Caspian on my list to read during this TBR, but now during this, oh my god. Okay, clearly I'm still tired. During this readathon, but I'm not really feeling in the mood for a fantasy, even though it is middle grade. And it's not because like it is a pretty short book, which is why I picked it, but I don't really feel like reading it now. So I'm not sure what to do. I'm debating on picking up another romance, but you know, I have a bunch saved and like I don't know which one to pick or I don't know, I'm thinking should I try to find another fantasy or something from my autumn TBR that I had down that I should try to knock out during this. I also had persuasion on my autumn TBR from picking from my TBR jar, but I don't know if my brain can handle reading a classic right now. So yeah, I'm very stuck on what to read next, needless to say. And we still have about 7 hours left of this readathon, which gives me enough time to at least finish one more book. I feel like I am reading a little bit slower, like even than I normally would, because I am just, you know, not at my highest energy level right now. But anyways, I not a reading update, but I made some toast, so I'm gonna try and eat that, have a little bit of breakfast, and hopefully decide within the next bit what book I want to start next. Hello, everybody. It is 10:50 a.m. now, guys. I don't even know what to tell you because I feel like this readathon is just not going as well as I planned. Like, yes, I didn't fall asleep for as long as I did last time I did a readathon, but I have been so tired. My head is just killing me. Actually, I think the last update I told you I was trying to decide what to read next, and I have some books that I pulled off my physical TBR that I thought um I was thinking about to switch things up, but then I think shortly after I finished eating breakfast, I just felt sleepy like again and my head was hurting a bit and I figured like maybe if I just lay here and shut my eyes for a bit, I feel better. And then I ended up just laying here on the couch for like the last hour listening to my audiobook. I mean, on the bright side, I am 60% of the way into talking as fast as I can because I literally was just laying here listening to it on 1.5 times speed. So I did get through a good chunk, I guess. But I don't know. I think I'm just disappointed because I'm like, yeah, I was just hoping to have started like a new book by now because yeah, that's another one that I started before the readathon. And yeah, at this rate though, I'm just gonna be hopeful and try to do my best to like, I mean, if I'm lucky, I think I might finish one more book. If I put my head down. But if I don't finish, it's okay. Like I've actually read quite a few books, or almost, I guess, like finished quite a few books for this readathon, like more than last time technically. So I am kind of proud. But man, guys, I don't know if I'll be doing a readathon again for a while because I'm like, I feel like this is just not good for my health. Like I'm proud of how many books I read, but I'm like, oh my god, my body is just not fit for lack of sleep, apparently, or doing things for an intense period of time. I don't know. Um, but actually, yeah, in terms of my audiobook, oh, and by the way, I checked the actress who plays Lorelai Gilmore, the author of this audiobook, is Lauren Graham. Sorry, I cannot remember her name earlier, but I just checked. But yeah, I'm liking the book. It's not bad. I mean, let's just say it definitely lives up to its title. And like I said, if you watch Gilmore Girls, then you know what I mean. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Some parts of the audiobook I'm not finding like super engaging. I feel like the way she tells stories is kind of all over the place. Like, especially because I was kind of half sleeping almost when I was listening just now. And I feel like she'll be talking about like some sort of story, like a certain period in her life where she was like starring on this show or doing this or being asked to do this in her career. And she'll be talking about one thing for like a couple minutes, then all of a sudden she'll like switch or like segue into something kind of random and not really related to the story, or sometimes it is but not directly related. And I don't know, I guess maybe it's because I'm tired too, but like trying to listen right now, I was like, wait, what the heck is she talking about? Like I feel like she would switch and I'd be like, I don't know where we are in like this story or like in a timeline now of like her life. So um I think honestly it's part of just probably her writing style. It's definitely fitting to, like I said, I mean, her character on Gilmore Girls. But I don't know, just trying to listen to this as a memoir, as yeah, her life story is like, it's a little hard for me personally. I don't know if that's what other people found listening to this book. It's a pretty short one, so I think I'm going to finish it at this rate, but yeah, it's, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's the best like memoir or autobiography that I've read. And also there wasn't that much in it about Gilmore Girls, which I was kind of surprised. I thought there'd be a little bit more about the filming process. I felt like she like literally swept over Gilmore Girls in like two, I think, chapters, and then the rest of it is just like other stuff she's done in her career, other shows, which I'm not really that interested in because I think she's talking about a show, Parenthood, that she starred on, and I never watched that show. So yeah, it's not super interesting for me. But like I said, it's, since it's a short book, I'm gonna try and finish it. But I think my goal right now is, I was trying to go between the Midnight Library and the Lost Ticket because I have both of those as physical copies, and I think I decided that I want to try and start the Lost Ticket because, like I said, I've been reading some stuff that's like dark and twisty, um, and all of that, and I kind of want something, I don't know, like happier, a palate cleanser, like some sort. And this one's like a very like heartwarming story from reading the back summary. So yeah, even though I'm struggling, I'm gonna try my best to start this book, and I guess let's just see how far I get. I guess I will talk to you guys when I have an actual reading update. Good afternoon, guys. It is now about 1:12 p.m., which means we are T minus less than 3 hours until the end of my 24-hour readathon, which is actually crazy because I don't know when was the last time I talked to you guys, but this morning I really was not feeling well at all. But for some reason I've gotten like some sort of second wind. Like I just feel a lot better. I ate lunch, so I feel satiated. I don't know, had some water, took a Tylenol, so my headache kind of went away. And now I'm just in the middle of packing up my stuff and making a coffee to go because I'm gonna go for a walk and go read outside. There's a little um park/parquet in our neighborhood that it takes about 15 to 20 minutes to walk there. So I thought it'd be nice to get out because it's a super sunny day. And I've literally been rotting in the apartment because I did not end up going to a cafe last night. Like, actually, I forget if I said it on the podcast, but that was my original plan for last night was to go out for a bit. And then I got lazy and I didn't. And I feel like I'm rotting away and I need to get outside, get some sunshine on my face. So we're gonna do that and go out for a bit. I'll probably come back for the last part of my readathon, but yeah, I'm hoping maybe I can get out for like at least an hour just to get outside and move because yeah, like I said, I'm just rotting. I feel lazy right now, so I think I'll feel a bit better if I go. I feel like I'm in a dilemma of what to read right now because I think I'm about a third of the way into The Lost Ticket, and it's pretty good. It's a good book, but it's one of those books, it's not like a super bingeable story. Like, it's not one that I feel I need to like sit down and read in one sitting. Like, I would be okay putting it down for today and not picking it up for like a day or two, yeah, even a couple of days. So I'm kind of debating on starting the Hawthorne Legacy, which is the second book in the Inheritance games, because I just got access to it this morning. And I'm kind of curious to continue that story because, like I said, the first one left off on such a cliffhanger that I really want to know what happens next. I think I'm just torn because I know that I won't finish the book probably within my readathon at this point, and I'll have to continue from here, but I really want to start it. So yeah, I'm really not sure what to do this rate. But yeah, anyways, I'm heading to go outside. I think at least on my way to the park, like I said, it'll take 15-20 minutes to walk. I'm gonna put on my audiobook and see how far I can get into that. And then once I get to the park, I'll sit down for a bit. Hopefully I can find a bench to sit down. We'll see. But yeah, hopefully I can try to sit down somewhere shady and yeah, just sit and read because guys, let me tell you, we're having some very weird, well, not fall like weather right now. Like it's 21 degrees right now in Toronto. And for me, as a Canadian who's grown up here, that is shorts weather. And maybe for other people who live on the east coast of like North America, Canada, or the States, you will understand that as well. That yeah, it is pretty warm. Like I'm literally wearing like a midi skirt right now and no jacket because for me it's still hot out. So yeah, not very fall like weather, which is a little disappointing because I wanted this to be a super kind of cozy 24-hour readathon, but that is okay. We'll take what we get, and I mean, soon the weather's gonna get too cold and I'll be complaining. Let's be honest. Okay, but anyways, enough of that. I'm gonna put my coffee together so I can head out the door, and I will talk to you guys probably when I get to the park.
Approximately 1 hour later, after getting real sunlight on my face,
Hello, everybody. So we are at the park. Well, technically, I'm about to leave the park because I want to start making my way home and, yeah, get home to my apartment to finish out this last hour and a bit of reading I'll have left by the time I get there. But I thought as I'm making my way back, I would give you a bit of an update. I don't have too much to update because honestly, I only ended up staying like about 30 something minutes actually sitting down reading by the time I got here, but I did switch gears and I started the Hawthorne Legacy instead of continuing the Lost Ticket, which I know I'm a monster for trying to start another book near the end of the readathon, especially because I know definitely the rate I'm going I won't finish, but I did get 10% of the way into the book, and I feel like it's nice starting the second book. I mean, in general, in a series, because I feel like you just usually just pick up right where you left off in the last book. Like a lot of characters, the world has been introduced, all this stuff, and like, yeah, you're literally just picking up and getting right back into the action, which is exactly what this book did. And sorry, I stopped for a bit because there was a guy walking his dogs. I didn't really want to be talking, but anyways, also hopefully you guys can hear because yeah, I'm walking through the park right now and there's a lot of bugs in this park, and so hopefully the background noise isn't too loud and you guys can hear okay. But anyways, so like I said, yeah, I've gotten a bit into the Hoffman Legacy and I'm liking it so far. Like I said, it's definitely just picked up pretty much where the last book left off, and we're slowly getting back into the mystery and figuring out um, if Tobias's long lost son actually passed away or if he's still alive. And yeah, I didn't get that far, so obviously there's still a lot left to uncover, but I'm definitely excited to keep continuing on in this world. Um, but yeah, yeah, that's pretty much the reading update for now. I'm gonna try and walk back home and listen to more of my audiobook, get a bit further in that, and finish off this, like I said, last hour and a bit of reading at home. I don't know which book I'm gonna pick up since I have, well, actually, I have like 3 books in the go, technically, I guess, but 2 that I'm like reading, not on audio. So, yeah, I guess I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'll probably talk to you guys once um, the 24 hours is up because I really just want to finish reading this point, not have any more like interruptions, like having to do reading updates. So, yeah, I will talk to you guys in about an hour and a half. Guys, the 24-hour readathon is officially done. And really done because it's actually 4:05 now. I actually read like 2 minutes past 4 o'clock because I was in the middle of a chapter when my timer went off. So, and I only had 2 pages left, so I was like, I might as well just finish this. But I am officially done reading. Oh my gosh, for like the rest of tonight, all I want to do is eat dinner, watch TV. Actually, a little unfortunately, I have Bible study tonight, and I feel okay enough to go right now. Um, but I know I'm going to be very tired later. But anyways, needless to say, we're done reading for now. I guess the last reading update I have is that I resumed The Lost Ticket, and I'm now about 2/3 of the way through the book. I think I just left off at chapter 32, and I'm still enjoying it quite a bit. However, I guess maybe a tiny spoiler. I'm a little disappointed that there was a romance element added just now. Like, I kind of saw it coming, but I was just disappointed because I felt like the story was like a nice, like, sweet, lighthearted story that didn't really need the romance. But I'm not completely mad that it was thrown in. I just felt like it wasn't really necessary. But anyways, I'll have to wait for a while to find out what happens because again, my eyes are just going crazy from all that reading. So I'm like, yeah, I need to take a break. Yeah, I just need a break from reading. I don't want to touch a book for like a day now. But yeah, I will probably be back in a bit in the future to give you guys a final recap of what I read. Maybe do a couple reviews of the books that I did finish during this readathon. So I will see you guys in the near future. And I'm back with a quick wrap up of the readathon. So, in total, I read 3 books. I started 2 books. I read a total of 1,190 pages and had 0 DNFs. Now, I must say, this readathon was way more successful than the last one I did back in July, partly due to the book choice and since I took a shorter nap. But I don't know why every time I've done a readathon so far, I've ended up getting a massive migraine, which unfortunately slows down my reading time. While it does make me feel accomplished reading this many books in a short period of time, I think it will be a while before I do another readathon as it always takes me some time to recover afterwards. I honestly don't know how some people do one every month, as that would be way too often for me. And unfortunately, I have lots of other things to do besides reading. My hope is to do another themed readathon similar to this one where I read mostly autumn-themed books. I feel like winter/holiday season is too soon, plus the holidays just tend to get way too busy to find enough time to read. But if I know myself at all, this will not be the last 24-hour readathon I do, because I love torturing my body. Anyways, that concludes my 24-hour readathon October edition. If you want to hear my reviews on the books that I finished in this episode, as well as some extra book reactions, be sure to check out the link in my show notes to donate and get access to today's B-roll. With all that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you back here for episode 12. Thank you for listening to today's episode. I hope you were able to take away something, and be sure to follow the podcast for more bookish content. Until next time, stay fully booked, and I'll talk to you soon.